Hi, Chris from TechTablets.com here. Got in front of me the Teclast X98 Air and the iPad Air. Now this machine here is a clone basically of this, but with Windows and Android if you want it. And what I thought I'd do is do a quick comparison now that I finally have my hands on an actual iPad Air. People have been asking for a while now that I compare the two. So this is what I'll just do here just quickly, because I'm still actually downloading a similar game that I want to test on both of these systems. So if you want to see that, please do subscribe, and I'll have a video coming up very shortly testing gaming on them. Anyway, physically looking at the two machines, the tablets in front of us here, well, you can see they are very similar. Both a similar design, and they both have actually the same exact screen in them that's made by LG. It's an IPS panel. And the hardware wise, the Apple of course is running a different CPU and chipset, and both have different operating systems on them. And if you have a look at their ports, this is the Teclast right here. You get two speakers on the back, and you get an HDMI out. If the camera will focus, you can just see them there now. Micro USB port. You get a SIM card. You do get a SIM card on the Air, on the Apple Air, iPad Air, and a micro SD card slot, which is something that Apple have failed to incorporate in their devices. Hopefully one day they will see the light and actually do that. Cameras are similar. There's a 5 megapixel camera on the back. And build quality wise, the Teclast is thicker by about 1 millimeter. Don't know if you can see that, but it's not really that noticeable. It's nothing major. Price wise, these systems are not similar at all. The Teclast is probably about half the price, and you get more storage. This comes in 64 gigabytes and 32. Most models that originally came out with 32, now you can get 64 on the Teclast. This is just a 16 gigabyte iPad Air that I got just for testing purposes, for testing against these Chinese tablets. So you can see that the screens, they both have what I would consider an annoying gap between the actual glass digitizer panel and the IPS below it. I actually find that quite annoying because I'm used to the Surface, which doesn't have that gap, but you can see the gap is quite large on the first generation iPad Air that I have in my hands right now. Hopefully you can see that in the camera okay. That's something of course that the Air 2 does not have, but that is a more expensive device. So you can see the gap. With my own eyes, it looks to be slightly less than the Apple. And the port layouts are different with the volume rocker layout, and the power on. It's on the left side, whereas on the Apple, you have the power on at the top here, and on the right side. So the cases for the Apple will not fit. Well, some of them will, but you have to do a little bit of work. Cutting, if you don't mind cutting holes, drilling holes, etc., then you might be able to make it work. Now, screen brightness on the two. You can see I've got that channel. I'll turn that right up onto maximum and try and get this on a white background here on the Air, and get this set up so I can get the brightness right up. Now this screen is brighter than normal. I'm actually running the 48 Hertz BIOS on the Teclast X98 Air. The reason why is because it's actually brighter than the 600 Hertz screen. The BIOS, newest BIOSes that come out for the Teclast, like the dual boot BIOS, it actually runs at 60 Hertz, which is great, but I found it's quite a bit duller. And here you see the brightness is almost the same. In fact, it could almost be brighter on the Teclast. This is the reason why I do like that BIOS. Anyway, this is just a quick hands-on comparison between the two devices. I will test Asphalt 8 similar games on both of these systems to see what difference there are. Not really a fair test because the Apple Air, iPad Air does have a better GPU than the Intel HD graphics you find on the Teclast X98 Air. So that's a wrap with this video. If you did like it, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos on these tablets and comparisons between the iPad Air, then please do subscribe. Thanks for watching.